Yeah, I thought we could start off just by going to a show that I'm a massive fan of, and let's just have some fun and rank the characters from Cobra Kai from season five uh, in their tiers, so strongest to weakest. Now, personally, I love martial arts. I love self defense. I study Krav Maga. I've done some Muay Thai, MMA. I've done a fraction of Jiu Jitsu, but definitely not as much as I should have. I'm not saying that to say, I could go out and beat up everyone. No, I know enough to know that I need to keep learning. I'm just a big fan. But, and I've also seen some lists out there on YouTube that have put like Terry Silver in like B tier and all these these rankings that, I need to come in and fix this because I'm the expert. And I've never done this apart from Halo. I've never really dived into this before. So let's just have a bit of fun. So starting off, we have the man himself, where it all started, Mr. Daniel LaRusso. He's an easy S tier. The show is basically built around him and Johnny. That should go without saying. Whoop, easy bird. S tier. I don't really need to explain much about him. Moving on, next one, Johnny. Now, he's also an S tier. Now, ranking between these two about who's stronger is kind of pointless. The show's built around these two. We saw their fight in season 4, I believe, where they both... Now, just before I continue going, I'm going to try and keep it pretty minimal in terms of the spoilers, but there's going to inevitably be some spoilers. So if you don't want any spoilers from this show at all, especially from season 5, just flick off, but I'll do my best. Ranking between these two of who's stronger, I think it's kind of pointless. They both now know parts of each other's styles. He's obviously better on defense, better on offense. That's the whole point. They're meant to be even. In saying that, I'm going to be a little bit biased. I do like Johnny more, but I'm going to put him just fractionally above. That's purely because I like him as a character. In terms of actual strength, these two are the same. Yeah, squeak yourself. Moving on. Devon. Now, I like Devon as a character. You good? Tell you what, you can go back up there if you don't like my opinions. I like Devon as a character. I like her attitude, the idea of I only truly fail if I give up. I think she has a good position in the show. Where she goes from here is a bit questionable, but in terms of strength, you need to relax, bird. Sorry, moving on. In terms of strength, you know what? You're going to keep squeaking at me. I'll be back. Come here, you. She can have fun on a big cage. All right. Okay, continuing on. In terms of a character, she obviously, again, spoiler, she obviously lost to Sam in the recent season. She just hasn't been training too long yet, but let's put her where she belongs. I think either top of C or bottom of B. Let's put her bottom of B for now. There's no one else there, but she'll be bottom of B. I think she's a strong fighter, just can't hold to the top contenders at the moment, for sure. Hawk. Hawk is my all-time... He's my favourite character in the show. I think he's had the best character development, gone from a nerd to a guy of confidence, to a bully, to a guy who lost his confidence, and now to a guy who's found balance and is trained both. I think if it came down to the actual actors themselves, I think he would probably be the best, but he's obviously A tier. I think anything revolving around Hawk is going to be super interesting. He's an interesting guy to me. So he definitely belongs in A tier for sure. Chosen. Easy S tier. He's definitely going to be towards the top. I don't think there's anyone who doesn't agree with that, I think has kind of lost their mind. It's proven that he was smashed, and he beat Silver. And anyone who says Silver won that fight, yeah, Silver fought dirty, but he was handicapped and he still came up on top. So he's an easy S tier. Mr. Miyagi. He obviously has to go. I think he's going to be top of S tier. The show has a mystical air about him. He can't lose. He knows all. Obviously, he's not around now. Rest in peace. But everyone talks about him in such a high respect, high regard, and he has to be the top of S tier for sure. Okay, Dimitri. Now, Dimitri's a character which I think has had a pretty decent character development as well. He started off as that more of like an annoying character, but I think I like him as a character now. Where he belongs though, I don't think he's at the point where he can contend with the best, but I think he's easy a high B tier for sure. I might adjust this towards the end, but I'll put him there for now. Terry Silver. This one is where people got it wrong. So I saw him pretty low on the list, and it really baffled me because he's proven that he's beaten Johnny, he's beaten Daniel, and if people are going to reference the last fight that happened in season 5, where spoilers, massive spoilers, you've been warned, where Daniel beat Silver. Silver had just finished a massive brawl with Chosen. He was obviously mentally slipping. I don't think that was very much a fair fight. Yes, Daniel obviously got the upper hand, but I still think push came to shove and they were both at their peak. Silver would win. Where he belongs though, right here. Nope, not there. Chosen is obviously above him, but he's still super strong. I think that's 100% where he belongs. Kyler. This is another controversial one where people were ranking Kyler really low. I like Kyler as a character. He's that classic bully, as Hawk said. Excuse me. That bully that just doesn't learn. He continues doing what he knows and doesn't learn from his mistakes. But he's still a good fighter. Like, he came in season 3 in Cobra Kai, where he fought Mitch and just got the upper hand through his wrestling knowledge. And now he's a strong fighter. He definitely doesn't belong in A tier. He's 100% in B tier. The question is, where should he go? I think he goes... I think he goes... Let's put him... It's hard between these two, but I'm going to go based on the last episode of season 5 where Dimitri Hawk Dimitri had that brawl against 3 of them. He got the upper hand, beat him. If he just took a step back and learned from his mistakes, I think he'll be higher. He definitely, people were putting him in D tier. Nah, he's still a good fighter. He just needs to learn. But I'm going to put him here for now. Bert. Poor Bert. He hasn't had much fight. The fight is always between him and, I think it's Nathaniel, the Miyagi-Do Asian kid variant of him. I don't know how old his character is, but unfortunately, size-wise, he's not the best. So, sorry, Bert. You're in D tier. Who is this again? This is Kim? I think this is Kim. I can't quite tell. We don't actually know a lot about her and her fighting. I think she definitely goes in the S tier. S tier is basically all the instructors. But we don't know a lot about her and her fighting style. We obviously saw that she was watching when Silver and Kreese were being trained. But she's obviously extremely competent. How good she is, we just don't know. So S tier at the bottom. Hopefully we find out more about her. Oh, but she had that fight with the kids ganged up on her, didn't they? Hang on, let me just do a very quick bit of research. Cobra Kai. Let's watch this. What happened here?
You disappoint me, Nichols.
Yeah? Well, likewise.
I warned Silver you could not be trusted. Let this be my final lesson to you then, and a more painful one than the last.
Okay, here we go.
Such a tough facade. All to hide the fragile little girl underneath.
Okay, this is where, yep, Tori and Sam team up.
You okay?
I actually can't remember how this ends. What happens here?
V, do not let Nichols cloud your judgment. You are the future of this dojo, not her. You can be a champion. Do not throw that away.
Oh, I will be a champion, but I'll get there my way, not yours. Go.
Yeah, Devon's cool.
We've got this.
Is that all we know about her? We've seen her. Yeah, we don't really see too much about her. She obviously very much held her own there and was kind of, I suppose you could say, toying. So we'll leave her there. We'll have to see how she holds up against the other S tiers. Anthony. That's an easy F tier. Just hasn't trained for very long. Still learning. He got around all his chores by paying people in season 4, but he's only really just started taking it seriously. So that's an easy F tier. Aisha. This one's also hard because her character left at the end of season 2. We just don't know. I'm gonna put her. They obviously built her up to have potential, but for now, I'm gonna go B tier. They're obviously building up her character to be strong, competent, but just faded out, unfortunately. So, does she belong there? I can't remember if she said she'll still train in karate or not. Let's make her the first C. She's okay. Just maybe she stopped training. Who knows? Stingray. Stingray's he's not bad. He fought off those inexperienced teens when they arrived at Silver's gym. He also helped out in the the hallway brawl, end of season 2. He knows what he's doing. Is he a strong fighter? I think these 3 would probably beat him. He'll just has size. Top of C. Let's go top of C. Kreese. Kreese is awkward. I don't really know how to rank Kreese because in terms of fighting, he's kind of... Let's see. Kreese versus... took 2 of them. Like, you could say that Johnny beat him in season 3. I'm starting to... Oops. Let's get out of here, NordVPN. I think he belongs here. I think these 2 are stronger than Kreese now. Again, we don't know enough about her. I'm guessing these 2 are going to have some kind of strong interaction in the next season, whenever that comes out. But I believe he belongs. I don't think he's as strong as these people. But I'm going to put him above Kim just because we don't know enough about her yet. But he's an S tier. He's obviously an S tier character. Piper. Lost to Sam. Didn't show up in season 5. Very athletic. Strong. Yeah. You can maybe shift these 2. I just think Devon will definitely overtake just because attitude and plot, etc. That's for now. Kenny got a massive buff, and his patch notes definitely went through a massive rework in Season 5, which is unfortunate. I have nothing against the character. I just think, again, massive spoiler, but the Hawk versus Kenny fight towards the end was a little bit... He won because plot needed him to win. Because it was gearing up for Sam versus Tori, and I think strongly Sam would have won that. Obviously, again, spoiler, Tori bounced, which was then Sam versus Devon, so Sam had to win that fight. It would be weird if Devon won. So to make it even, Hawk had to lose, and Kenny became the guy, like the face of Cobra Kai. They put him above Kyler because, yeah, classic Kyler doesn't learn. He's that bully that just goes, wants to be the alpha dog. But in terms of where he goes, oh yeah, again, the ref was very much against Hawk / anyone who wasn't Cobra Kai. And you could argue that Hawk was taking it easy because of what Robbie said. It's not Kenny talking, it's Silver. Doesn't belong to be in the A tier yet. Purely because of plot. He's a B tier. I think plot deems him to be there, but it just feels a little bit undeserved, especially Dimitri's been training longer, and he's actually had a pretty natural growth. But I think because of plot, Kenny deserves to be there. So let's leave that. Sam. This one is probably going to be my most controversial pick. Sam, out of all the... You know what? I'm gonna save Sam. I'm gonna save Sam for afterwards. We're gonna put her towards the end because that's gonna be my most controversial one. So we'll save that to the end. Mitch, penis breath. I feel bad for him. I don't agree, but I can understand why he left. End of season 5, going to the other side. I'll leave it there if you watch it. I get it. He probably shouldn't have done it, but I get it. Excuse me. As for where he goes, I think he's the top of C tier. He's that guy that comedic relief needs to fill in a space. He knows what he's doing, but I don't think he's never geared as a B tier fighter. Kyle obviously came in with no training and kind of not smashed him, but beat him. So I think he's top of C tier. Mike Barnes, another favorite of mine. Fun fact, and again, I'm not 100% sure on this, but I'm pretty sure the actor playing Mike Barnes had a shoulder injury. So that's why we didn't see him fight a lot in season 5. Otherwise, we would have seen more, which I was wondering why they didn't utilize him more. Hothead, definitely very much a strong offensive character. Hasn't been training for a long time. They said that. He did own a furniture shop. That got, spoilers, that got burnt down. Now he's come back. It was in a rage, got that painting. He'll come back. As for where he belongs, I think he would be below, just because Johnny and Daniel have been fighting, he would be below them. As for where he goes between these two, I feel like I'm not giving Kreese enough credit. He did well in the prison. He did lose to Johnny, in a sense. He'll always fight dirty. It depends on the. But this is Mike Barnes. He's a massive hothead. Will be super aggressive. I'm gonna give Kreese more credit. I might change this next season. We'll revisit this. This is season 5. I'm going to put Kreese above Mike Barnes just because he's come back into the game, whereas Mike Barnes has only just come back. So I'm gonna leave it at that. Good character, I like him. Miguel, he's easy top of A tier. He's seen as kind of the gifted. No, not gifted. Is it gifted? He's seen as like the alpha dog out of the three fighters between the 3 dudes between Miguel, Robbie, and Hawk are super close, and I like that. It's not just always going to be who's going to win this time. Is it going to be Miguel or Robbie? I like that they added in Hawk as a contender, so it gives you that idea that it doesn't have to be them too. Like other people can come up and like take the place of the winner if it's in a tournament or the final fight, etc. But we saw the most recent fight between him and Robbie in season 5. Miguel came up on top. You also saw when Robbie and Kenny were arguing towards the end, Miguel stepped in and was like, you don't want to do this. And Kenny kind of did that, like step back. Obviously he has an air about him of being the fighter. So I think he is definitely at the top of A tier for now. Tori, obviously A tier. Very, very good fighter. Is, meant to be kind of the other side of the coin to Sam, even though they're very similar. She's trained some Miyagi-Do under Robbie, but no matter which way you cut it, it's watered down Miyagi-Do. So she's trained a lot of Cobra Kai. I think she's going to be the bottom of A tier. If she gets more defensive training, she could probably go higher up. But good, very good contender. Very good fighter. We'll slap all these people, but probably bottom of this group. But it's all very close here. Oops, very close. Chris and Mitch are kind of in that same role. In saying that, I'm going to put Mitch above Chris. Purely because of the hallway fight. Actually, have they fought again? What has Chris done? Let's see. Cobra Kai Chris. Oh, that's right. Chris fought Kyler, and I believe he did not win. I believe he got smashed pretty quick.
Great news. What? Dimitri just won his match, so that puts him in the quarterfinals with me and Hawk.
Great.
How are we doing here?
We're still in second overall, but we have 3 fighters still alive. We just need one of them to advance, and we can take the lead. Come on, Chris. You got this.
All right, guys. Score's 2-2. Ready?
2-2. Damn, I didn't realize it was 2-2. Wow. Okay. That kind of changes things. I was going to put Mitch above Chris, but nah, can't do that. That's interesting. Because Mitch did beat him in the hallway and he just got the book and was like, smack. That's how he won. But based on how things went at the end, I'm not sure that he would go 2-2 with Kyler. Okay. Chris above Mitch. There we go. That's why we have YouTube. We can do our research. Robbie. A tier, right between these two. I think these 3 are extremely close. That's the thing. It definitely, as Johnny said, it can go either way. As for where he belongs, I think if they're both at peak form, I think Miguel just eases out him, like because plot and because he's been training a little bit longer than Robbie, like a little bit longer. Both extremely good. But yeah, I mean, if it was up to me, like put Hawk all the way to the top of S tier, but I can't do that. We have to be legit. We'll leave that one there. Sam LaRusso. Now, this is going to be a pretty controversial placement. But I think she goes. Let's be proper controversial, and I'll explain why. I can already feel you typing. The reason I've done this is because if you remember at the end of season 1, we actually find out that she's quite a good fighter, and it then came out that she was training from a young age. She has been training longer than all these people here. Now, should she go above Miguel? I don't know, but I think her character is definitely up there. Now, she did, no matter what you say, she did beat Tori in season 4, but plot and ref deemed her to lose. I think she was gearing up to beat her in season 5, and then she kind of put Devin in her place while she was handicapped. She's strong. Irrespective of what you think about her character, I think she belongs there. These 5 people are very close, but I think that's probably the order. Let's see you guys type out that. So I don't think I want to change any of these. I think this is pretty accurate. Kenny definitely doesn't deserve to be up in here yet. We'll see how his character sorts out. I think that's looking pretty good. Yeah. So there you go. And I've just come in and done everyone a service by fixing up everyone else's list. But if you don't agree, let me know.